My friend Jasmine showed me this Instagram, Siblings or Dating, and it's my new addiction. They get people to send in a pic, and you have to guess their relationship to each other. Look at these people. Okay, that hand placement on her hips, bare waist, definitely dating. Nope, siblings, I'm shook. Okay, let's try again. Oh, look at this sweet little old couple. I'm gonna go with dating. Boom, baby. Last one. Okay, definitely dating, for sure. Gorgeous couple. Oh my gosh, siblings? What's his at though? It's all fun and games until somebody posts a pic of two people kissing and then it says siblings. The internet is a dark place, I wouldn't put it past it. All right, ready for a show? Let's do this.
Hey man, everyone's here, time for the show.
We did it, y'all. We saved Paw Patrol from the mob. Lily Collins has revealed a new fun fact about her character Emily in Paris that has fans of the show, including yours truly, even more confused than before. China is bullying BTS for making pro-America comments, and Justin Bieber and Alanis Morissette get really candid about how lonely and depressing fame can be. Plus, POPQuiz is back. I'm answering questions from CUTEservatives. I'm Alex Clark, and this is Politics. Very good news, especially for our Cineminis. We saved Paw Patrol from the mob. Apparently, it's not only here to stay, but it's getting an animated movie, and some of our favorite stars will be voicing characters.
My hero!
Kim Kardashian, Dax Shepard, Tyler Perry, and Jim Kimmel. Well, okay, not all of our favorites. They've joined the voice cast. It's supposed to come out August of next year, and they have everyone recording their parts remotely.
Let's do this!
I can't wait to hear Kim K's voiceover because she has such a specific voice. Do you think it'll be like this?
If you know how I feel, why would you say that? Like, you put me in such an uncomfortable situation. Like, you know I'm not happy. You know I'm trying to see if it'll work out here.
I feel like we've all had so much fun binging Emily in Paris together the last few weeks, and I have loved seeing all your story tags of you watching it and then falling in love with it like I did. So I figured you would geek out over this Emily in Paris fun fact like I did. Lily Collins told British Vogue that she thinks Emily is only 22 years old.
That is needlessly confusing.
Speaking of Emily, do I look kind of like Emily in Paris today? Lily said, I don't believe we've ever given her a specific number for her age, but I believe that she's pretty fresh out of college. Maybe this is her first year after graduation. I want to say she's like 22-ish. She's had enough experience at her company in Chicago to have earned the respect of her boss. And then she goes, she's gone to school for this, and she's completed internships. However, she's not the person who traveled during college. She was really focused on her jobs in the Midwest, and I don't think that she's been abroad. There is no way this is right. She would have had to have been a genius who graduated college at like 18 to get the work experience necessary to get that gig in Paris. And what middle of nowhere Midwest newly college graduate is buying $6,000 Chanel jackets? I'm sorry, but this makes zero sense.
Let me just say this with all due respect. You really don't know what you're talking about right now.
Also, a master's degree at 22? At 22, I could barely put my sock on. Actually, I can still barely put on my sock. The only thing I would say I was a master at when I was 22 was sleeping until 11 o'clock and still being tired. Tell me in the comments what you think a realistic age for Emily is. I'm going with 29.
I think you're the one bringing the drama.
Full disclosure, I have tried and failed to get into the K-pop thing. I don't like it. But the biggest Korean pop group of all time, BTS, is involved in some drama with China that I thought was some piping hot conservative.
You must be kidding me!
BTS became the youngest recipients ever to win the Korea Society's James A. Van Fleet Award, which is for people or individuals that make an outstanding contribution to ties between America and Korea.
We truly have the best fans in the world.
In their acceptance speech, BTS said, the Korea Society's 2020 annual gala is especially meaningful, as this marks the 70th anniversary of the Korean War. We will always remember the history of pain that our two nations shared together and the sacrifices of countless men and women. Well, China was not happy about that. They had a bunch of their state-run communist media entities like the Global Times condemn them for not bashing trashing the US. State media demanded an apology because they said their speech was one-sided and didn't give compliments to the Chinese military who fought against South Korea in the Korean War. They said that Chinese citizens were super offended and threatening to leave the band's fan base, known as the BTS Army, because of it.
Oh, brother.
Well, after backlash from Korea, China backtracked and tried to blame South Korean media for heightening the tensions. A spokesperson for that Chinese newspaper, the Global Times, said hardly any Chinese outlets even reported on any of this drama, even though his paper literally did. He tried to say that it was South Koreans who were getting offended by the Global Times, and it was disrespectful of South Koreans to be saying any of this, and that it was going against the freedom of speech and freedom of thought that Chinese citizens have. They don't even have freedom of speech or freedom of thought. It doesn't exist.
Are you on meds? Yeah, antibiotics, just keep them fresh. No, I'm not mentally ill, if that's what you're implying.
The whole thing is really in-depth and it's a little bit confusing. It might be better for you to actually read the article about all of this going down. But the freakiest thing of all is if you really think about it, this is kind of the way our American-based media and big tech companies say things and then twist or omit the truth later. It's getting more and more similar to the crazy CCP by the day, isn't it? Makes me think that maybe I should start newsletics next.
Should we be concerned here?
Justin Bieber dropped a new song and music video on Friday called Lonely, and it's by far the most personal and vulnerable song I think he's ever come out with. The lyrics are all about how depressing and sad it can be being a child star.
I'm so lonely.
Some of the lyrics are, everybody knows my past now, like my house was always made of glass. And maybe that's the price you pay for the money and fame at an early age. And everybody saw me sick, and it felt like no one gave a blank. They criticized the things I did as an idiot kid.
Wow, that's deep. Really deep.
The song itself isn't what I'd call a bop per se, but it is a really interesting music video. Jacob Tremblay plays Justin Bieber from the My World tour back in 2010.
Dad, I'm a Justin Bieber fan.
Justin isn't the only star opening up about how empty fame can be. Grammy winner Alanis Morissette told Audible, "I was sold the same bill of rights about fame that I imagine everyone is, that it will make all your pain go away, takes your trauma away. Everyone loves you and everything is made to be healed, but it was actually quite an isolating experience." I know everyone right now wants to be Instagram famous or TikTok famous, but I think what they're saying is really important to consider. Being rich and in the spotlight doesn't mean all your problems are gonna go away. And I think that's also why so many celebrities have serious drug and alcohol problems too.
Y'all wanna buy some drugs?
Do you feel kind of bad for Justin hearing him describe his experience now, or is it a little too late?
Is it too late now to say sorry?
Ready for the pop quiz? It's basically the politics version of a Reddit AMA. Here we go. Sarah says, what do you say to people who think we should still fund Planned Parenthood because of contraceptives and other community resources that they supposedly supply? Most people think the only place you can get these things is at a Planned Parenthood, which is a complete lie that is propagated by social media and by celebrities and other leftist activists. Planned Parenthood completely exaggerates their non-abortion services that they offer to women, for one. They do less than 2% of manual breast exams, 0% of mammograms. They don't even help with mental health issues or prenatal care or back pain or colds or flus or any other health-related things. No pediatric care, but you know who does? FQHCs, or federally qualified health centers. They don't offer abortion, but they do offer all of that other stuff I mentioned, and there are 16 times more of those in the country than Planned Parenthoods. Women don't need Planned Parenthoods for their health care. It is a lie.
I don't need you.
Haley wants to know if I got my taste and smell back. I have my taste back now, but no smell, which honestly I kind of like since, well, you know how boys are. Harley is wondering if there's anything I do agree with progressives and liberals on. I do agree with the idea that we need to care about facts and feelings. Otherwise, we'll never win anyone on that side over. And I don't personally have a problem with legalizing marijuana.
He takes marijuana.
Christy wants to know what I do eat since I don't like Italian or Mexican food or anything with cheese, which you guys have been freaking out all week over, which I think is so funny. Yet ever heard of the chicken nugget diet?
Well, that's how my 5-year-old eats. He's a very picky eater.
Katrina wants to know if I actually drink hot tea or just spill it. Oh, it's both, honey. But really, I love English breakfast tea and then also conservative. Yes, it's a real thing. My friend Tanya makes a special tea called conservative for CUTEservatives. I'll put a swipe up in the story.
Oh, lovely cup of tea.
Big week this week. I have several Zoom meetings with different Turning Point chapters that anyone can join. Tomorrow, I'm speaking to Texas State about all things pop culture and why we should back the blue. And Friday, I'm gonna be in person at the University of Kentucky in Lexington. So RSVP, come see me if you're in the Bluegrass State or anywhere close. Do you know that you can get Politics on all your favorite podcast apps? Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and more. Please leave us a 5-star review. Don't forget to like this episode, leave us a comment below, share it to your stories. We're back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. It's pop culture without the propaganda every single day. I'm Alex Clark, and this is Politics. Click below to watch yesterday's episode. Please subscribe, thumbs up, share this video, and ring the bell for notifications so you never miss the conservative. And make sure you're following this show at Politics on Instagram for even more CUTEservative content.